Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stolas and today we're gonna continue and hopefully finish the prologue of the Thaumaturge. So in the last episode we came to this little village here and talked to Rasputin, who helped us regain our connection to our Thaumaturge up here. And now that we have that connection, we're gonna go and try to catch or at least find the wild salutar that roams around here in the village. So I did actually record this video already once before, but my microphone had a disconnect, and every time I talked, it sounded like someone was ripping metal plates apart. So, yeah. Let's hope that does not happen this time too. Just gonna have a look. Don't know right now which one of those we're gonna need, so I'm not gonna do anything there. Multiple objectives. Quests have multiple objectives. Freely switch for the one you'd like to track. After switching, the objective will reveal a path to follow. Sometimes this path is so mysterious that it eludes even an experienced thaumaturge. No worries, the remaining objectives will provide a way to solve the quest.
I felt something. Where is it?
Okay, so first we're gonna see if we can find anything in the village.
They'll all gawk, but without lifting a finger. Just, Vesna will bring it, Vesna will help. But if Vesna needs help with something, there's nobody to be found. That's not yours, don't touch. All these newcomers causing more problems.
Dropped apple. A bruised crimson apple. Vesna was trembling, dropped the fruit basket and left this orphan behind. Vesna has left her distinct trace on the fruit. It consists of a heart fluttering in panic, a throat painfully clenched. A bite of this apple would taste of pure fear. Let's see if we can find anything else in regards to that.
Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here. Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
Sword on the doorstep. Sword on the doorstep protects from unwanted visitors and other misfortunes. Dead goose. Someone or something strangled this goose. From the goose's twisted neck flows the anger and passion of the person who slaughtered the poor bird. The wave of emotions carries no desire for meat or feathers, only for the sour taste of envy and the desire for all of Bogdan's property to go to hell. Okay, let me see if I find anything else around here
Am
before
I sensing?
we go talk to the people down there. Okay, for this we need words, so let me develop this one first. Damaged X shaft. A damaged X shaft. The trace it bears does not belong to Vesna. Although it's already become moldy from disuse, it carries the memory of the spirit of the one who wielded it, a loner by choice, with a disposition as tart as juniper berries. The shaft is overgrown with the thorns of bitter words, but there are others, warm, delicate, as rose petals. They betray a love for someone who's not afraid of thorns, a love that is difficult, but not accepting of violence. Dish shards. Broken shards of a blue ceramic dish. The broken ceramic trembles with anger and frustration. The crow erupted suddenly, spewing out bile of mutual complaints and grievances. Its sweat and pungent taste stupefied, compelled screaming, finger pointing and hurting. The frenzy lasted until all involved were out of breath. Domestic squabbles. In this house lives a married couple who do not mince their words. They argue violently, loudly, until they are out of breath, but they persist together, despite everything. Wooden box. A hand-carved and elaborate painted wooden box. The box is marked with words of love, sweet as kisses. The names of Vesna and Luca intertwine, cuddling tenderly against the wood, against the delicate carvings, trying to protect them from damp and rain, from all the evil the bird carries with it.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. I'm telling you, go away, or I'll call for help. Help! Help! Somebody help me!
What are you doing here, you tramp?
I'm not looking for trouble. I just wanted to talk.
We'll talk, all right.
Okay, I didn't want to do that. Because you need strong attacks and focus. In order to launch a strong attack against an enemy, you must take away all of the focus, causing them to enter the breakdown state. Strong attacks are much more powerful than other skills and allow the fight to end quicker. Select the division skill to lower an enemy's focus. You and your Salator each have your own separate set of skills. Plan which you want to use and give the Salator an appropriate command. So what I wanted to say, if you don't have enough clues together, if you try to talk to Vesna, she will call for help and you will always end up in a fight. So, yeah. Strong attack opportunity. The enemy has lost all of their focus and is now in the breakdown state. It's a great chance to launch a strong attack.
The devil sent you.
You could say that, sure.
The village residents. If thinking interferes with their actions, so much the worse of thinking. The locals are impetuous, irritable, and eager to pick a fight for even the most trivial reasons. Something is not right here. I think I'll go with mind for this one. Now we can go talk here.
Over my dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much, and he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away, you're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers, a witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief here stole a memento of my mother. And this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him too?
Because you strangled mine. And what do I care about some trinkets your mother left you?
Because we already know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pendant.
Where is the justice here?
The conflicted neighbors. A dead goose lies between the quarreling peasants. The obvious bone of connection here. If the wise woman is to settle the dispute, she'd better do it quickly. It will come to fisticuffs in a moment. Neighborly disputes. It seems that the neighbors quarrel over a goose strangled in an act of revenge. A classic of the genre.
Why don't you relax and listen to the words of a wise woman?
Well, all in all, it's... I'm sorry, Bogdan.
Come inside, and tell me what you're doing here.
Just first wanna go see if there's anything around here. Because the last time I went to talk to the wise woman, there had been like 2 options I didn't have enough evidence for, or like enough clues, so they were blocked, but there's nothing around here. Diary of an Oblate Priest. They say that every nation has its demons. Its phantoms, ghosts, and nightmares were created to make naughty children behave. But I have gone halfway around the world, preaching the word of God, and I learned the truth. These demons, fiends, and devils cursed by God are real, and they are everywhere. In distant Sirmia, people whispered of the name Bukavach, a cruel beast whose presence brings wrath and commands people to inflict violence on their neighbors. A fairy tale, you say? But I have seen Bukavach. Here in Pyatigorsk, I hear the rattle of his chains and feel his fangs digging into my neck and tugging at every fiber of my soul. And I felt the fury that this wrath brings with it, the anger from which there is no escape, the taste of blood in my mouth that no prayer can erase. May the holy walls of the Oblate Church stop this beast. Blessed Virgin, keep me safe. unfinished letter. So, my dear son, my heart is crying. Have I harmed you so that you write about me like this? That you renounce your legacy, your land, and your blood? I never said a word to you when you refused to farm with us, nor when you went to Tiflis to study. And now you're calling us stupid? Backward? You repeat after that rector of yours, Zudieki, the Georgian. Your language is the language of dogs? And you want to write to me only in Russian? Child, Georgia flows in your blood. She is the salt in your tears, and the glue in your bones. You will not renounce her. You can't.
The villagers seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
A lot of people benefit from your wisdom. They're superstitious and timid, as far as I've been able to figure out. Easy to control, right?
Pot calling kettle. That, my boy, that you can ask that charlatan with fancy dress and beard. Who takes advantage of who here? Bah! The people here are believers, of course. But the spirit in the village is real too.
Is this spirit you're talking about, not a person?
I heard it howling. That's nothing human. One evil spirit here persecutes people, and you can hear it now and then, sometimes. Tragedies attract it, and impure thoughts. We here call it a Bukovac.
But other places probably call it other things.
An evil spirit's an evil spirit. It torments people and turns their weaknesses against them.
And what if I told you I could get rid of it?
I'd say I'll believe it when I see it. And I'd ask, how else can I help you?
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Okay, so there's nothing more in the village we can do. So let's go and find Rasputin.
Excuse me. I need to get to the local cemetery. Could you give me a lift?
I've only just come back from the post office this morning. I'm not getting the horse going again. Back to the cemetery. It's not like anyone there is going to run away. And look, my horse is more dead than alive.
Coachman. The coachman doesn't want to take me to the cemetery. If I use my power, I should be able to change his attitude.
I'll be right back.
Manipulation. Using Thaumaturge, you can manipulate other people. First, you must know a person's secret, which you can learn by making conclusions. If the manipulation is available, the character interaction icon will change and the upir will appear next to the character. Shovel. The shovels still show traces of mud and ice. The coachman had to free the wagon's wheels from the soft soil that had engulfed them. Rag. The coachman used the rag to wipe the sweat from his forehead. The rag reeked with the sour odor of fatigue. Attempts to free the wheels from the soft soil made the spine crack like a fishbone, and the muscles burn with fire. And no one would help. Such was his job, such was his fate. The coachman. The coachman is tired and weary. He's worked hard at unloading the wagon alone, and all he dreams of is a moment of rest. I can relieve his suffering. manipulate the coachman.
I'm not going anywhere.
Maybe you'll change your mind and drop me off at the cemetery after all.
Well, on the other hand, this place isn't much more exciting than the cemetery, and I meant to take the horse out for a ride, so get on.
Elder Vasily's grave. Elder Vasily died only a year ago, and his tombstone has clearly already been damaged. Why? Stone strikes against stone, heavy, guided by a hateful hand. The blows carry anger, despair, chaos. The tombstone cracks and crumbles, but it's not enough. Death is not enough. Vandalizing a grave is not enough. Nothing will ever be enough.
You're alive. Does that mean I helped, Thaumaturge?
I don't have enough words to thank you for what you've done for me. I haven't felt this way in years.
I'm glad I could help.
I see him. My Uper. He's back. I can feel our bond growing stronger as each moment passes.
I'm happy for you, but do restrain your joy. We're in a cemetery.
When I heard you were at the cemetery, I was sure I'd see you resurrecting the dead.
Not yet. Today I'm just praying for rest for Vasily's soul. The whole village is suffering after his loss. He was the elder here.
He cursed this place. Since he died, darkness and misfortune have hung over the village.
You see? To them, every harm comes down to witchcraft. They believe that after Vasily's passing, the village was possessed by some monster that howls at night or some other Yaviets.
Doom. Look could say that since the death of the village elder, a doom has hung over the village. Minor quarrels immediately turn into bloody fights, and people are tense and withdrawn. Things are not looking good.
How did this elder die?
There was a fire, sir. Flames shooting sky high, and him burning, swearing, speaking curses. And the curse stuck. Those ruins seem a profaned place now. A wicked spirit has taken over the blighted land.
Don't encourage her. Once she gets going, it can't be stopped.
This could also be the work of a Salita.
What do you mean?
The elder's death. Vasily's death was not peaceful. The elder died in the flames that consumed his house. The ruins are thought to be cursed, and Lil could speak of them with horror.
What changed in the village after the elder died?
It's all dreadful, sir. Everything's gone topsy-turvy. When folks get to arguing now, they're so hot-headed, before you know it, they're at one another's throats. Ladies have no patience for kids, nor lads for ladies, nor neighbors for neighbors. Any word might seem offensive and like an insult waiting to happen. Then you've got to fight.
Tragedies such as Vasily's death leave their mark on everyone. It takes time to come to terms with something like this. That doesn't mean this place is possessed by dark forces.
As you were healing me, I had a dream, a vision. But on the borderline of sleep and wakefulness, I thought I saw a Salutor. That's what might be influencing the villagers in Wailing at night.
They're good people, but none too bright, Victor. I'm afraid they might be talking about a train.
The wise woman was saying the evil spirit is a book of hatch.
Does the creature hunting you rattle chains, slither around, and have a mouth full of giant fangs?
A Bukavach.
Where did this elder live?
I'll show you. Let's allow Vasily's soul to rest for today. Amen.
Okay. Superstitions. A woman in the cemetery claims the village is haunted by a lich. His name is Bukavach. The village residents. A peaceful and happy village. Not quite. The villagers are riled up and on the point of breaking, laying the blame for their troubles the actions of Bukavach. They are trying to defend themselves against this dark force with folk methods. Let's just see if we got anything else interesting in the cemetery. I don't think so, but it doesn't hurt to have a look around. Okay, then let's go to the homestead. Burnt homestead. Do you want to go to this location? Yes.
What do you expect to find in this place? The fire was almost a year ago.
Time doesn't matter much here. I'm looking for clues and personal traces that will lead me to whoever is carrying the flaw that lured the Salutor here.
I see. I thought I could be helpful to you, but I don't really understand what you're telling me.
Above all, flaws are deeply hidden marks left in human souls. They form under the influence of tragic events.
What does that have to do with salutors? Is that Latin?
Yes, from the word newcomer. People have always taken salutors to be spirits, demons, or imps.
Like from those fairy tales, the wise woman and the other old crones tell the locals.
Sometimes, those sorts of fairy tales and legends describe how humans perceive a salutor. They don't take a physical form. Salutors are attracted to the flaws hidden within people. Thaumaturges discover these flaws inside someone, bring them to the surface, and adopt them to lure the salutor. Those are the moments when I've usually failed. I haven't been able to hold on to a salutor. I didn't know how to bind one to myself.
What about you? Do you have a flaw?
I bear the flaw of pride.
I wouldn't have guessed.
And now? Thanks to your help, I can once again discover people's flaws and the salutors hiding behind them. And I think I'm now able to catch my second salutor.
Rasputin will remember this.
People always leave behind individual bits of their personality, even on everyday objects and such. I can decipher the thoughts and actions imprinted on these objects, and then match them to their owner. This lets me gather immense knowledge about a person, especially if I need to find someone.
What else can you do?
If I do manage to catch another salutor, that would be a very rare occurrence, in fact. An ordinary Thaumaturge wouldn't even try more than once. Only a few have multiple salutors.
Why?
Some have lost their lives trying, others their senses. I was close to madness. I lost my sense of reality. I didn't know what was true. But I know I can do it. I'm almost 100% sure.
Isn't this exactly the sort of thinking that caused your problems that led you to me?
That doesn't matter anymore.
Then what's changed?
This time, I've got you with me. Why did you want to come here with me?
I have never gotten to know a Thaumaturge so closely. I'd like to learn as much as possible about your abilities.
I need to look around this place a little more.
I won't stop you.
Can you feel it? It's the smell of mystery. True fear.
Ragdoll. A charred ragdoll. It appears old. The doll is caked with a hard crust of fear. Its layers are like the varnish on an old painting. A child's fear, a girl's terror, a young woman's dread. They form a cocoon smelling of turpentine that constricts the throat and forces tears from the eyes. It belongs to Vesna. Door frame. A destroyed door frame. By some miracle, it survived the fire. Thick lines of wood grain are visible on the frame. They arrange themselves into words, carved as if by a chisel. They scream about an attempt to break down the door, about the hinges finally letting go. They scream into a death void. Fear of the flames has embedded itself deep in the fabric of the door frame. A trepidation about losing a loved one. The trace is familiar. It belongs to an impetuous person.
A horrible death.
Place of death. A dried blood stain. It has soaked deep into the burned boards of the house. The blood sounds like suffering. It flowed quickly. The wound inflicted with the scissors wasn't large, but it was accurate. Life left the body. The heart went into a spasm. And the mind recognized the end. It lasted for some time, and then the flames came, and the pain resounded anew. So, Vasily was murdered. Is there anything?
I felt something. Where is it?
Okay.
So much suffering.
Belt. A charred old trouser belt with a heavy metal buckle. The buckle cuts through the leather like a razor. It's no longer a boring piece of clothing, but a tormentor's tool that descends on exposed flesh like a vulture. It pecks at it, leaving calming wounds once, twice, thrice. It cuts deep, all the way to the soul.
This house was always full of fear, and its owner was still alive when the house caught fire. Someone wanted to kill him. The fire only covered up the crime. The murder gave birth to the flaw that you attached to, didn't it? I'll find you when I track down the murderer. I know who owns this doll. Maybe I should give them back to her. She ought to know more about what happened here.
Vesna's trace. The same trace can be felt on the ragdoll and the item dropped by the woman. Vesna. Vesna smells of fear. Her nerves are badly stained. Her heart is trembling. Her fingers are stiff from anxiety, and her mind wanders, lost in the wilderness of fear. I may be able to find her home and discover what's behind her jittery condition.
Victor! I hope you've got what you want now, Thaumaturge. Because I think it's time to get out of here.
Why the hurry, Father? We're the Tsar's men. How about the donation for the Tsar's army?
There are no Russian outposts here.
I think this is the guy with the nice boots.
You're the guy who trashed our comrades?
I can do exactly the same to all of you.
He's not as weak as he looks. He actually looks better than he did the other day.
But not counting the priest. He's still alone.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Okay. Let's get those tools focused down. I could kill you right away. Not really, no. What? Could take both of your focuses away again. Give compassion to you. And take your focus away. Okay, let's take you down. And you were the one that was about to attack me. Okay. But your focus is also still down, so...
Are you alright, sir?
Me? Yes, but can these salutors also help you in a fight? Can you manipulate people and cast these demons into their minds?
Generally speaking, yes. Are you sure you're alright, sir?
Call me Grigori.
Let's head back. I have to visit someone in the village who can tell me more about what happened here.
Hmm? Hmm. Let's see if we can talk to the wise woman first. Then let's go talk to Vesna.
Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
And that tragedy at the Elder's farm, did it affect people badly?
Some less, others more. He was like an icon to some folk here.
But I found out he could be heavy-handed.
He was a drinker and a beater. So, some folk here don't miss him one bit. Have you got many more nosy questions?
The wise woman's recollection. The wise woman revealed that Vesna sought help from her regarding her father's behavior. She was fed up with the violence he was inflicting on her.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Okay, let's see if we can
Let's take a look around.
examine that icon now. Yes. Saint's icon. A hand-painted icon. I think this is Saint Thecla, the martyr. The wise woman's hands hover up around the saint's head. They arrange themselves into gestures, subtle, pure as snowflakes. Words of despair sparkle like stars, and sincerely beseech heaven for protection, for a girl who suffers evil on earth, who suffers too much of it.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
You cursed him, didn't you? Vesna's father. You put some hex on him, right?
A spell. I help people, yes. Vesna had a problem with her father, and believes in curses, spells, and hexes. Is that all? Because, like I said, I don't want to waste time and die here gabbing with you.
The elder's temper. Vasily had a dark side. A man who was a rock for the entire village became an abuser at home. He tortured Vesna for many years, turning her life into a nightmare. Elder Vasily. Vasily's death has left its mark on the entire village. People became violent and full of aggression, still full of terrible memories of the fire. On top of that, apparently, the elder was not a crystalline figure, and someone in the village holds a deep grudge against him. I need to look into this.
Vesna came here for help, didn't she? Vasily drank and beat her, and no one did anything about it. So you put that curse of yours on him.
I even went to talk to him. How did you know that?
I am a Thaumaturge.
You people's magic. That's something I've got no faith in.
Go on.
For me giving Vasily a piece of my mind, he took it out on Vesna.
And then her husband walked in and killed Vasily, and he's the one my salutor latched onto.
As for the second thing, could be. But it wasn't Luka that killed Vasily. It was Vesna.
Are you sure?
I was there. And until now, only two people knew what happened there. Vesna and me.
Don't be scared. I'll do my best to help you.
Then I think we have to talk to Vesna.
Murderess. It was Vesna who murdered her father. She did it in a fit of passion. Her husband had nothing to do with the elder's death. Lost in time. Vesna's father was a tormentor. Fear guided her to the wise woman who sought help for her with the support of earthly and heavenly forces, but that didn't work. Desperate, Vesna reached for the last resort. She murdered her cruel father, handing him over to nothingness. Luca's trace. The shaft on the axe bears a distinct trace of Luca. It's identical to the one on the doorframe of the burned homestead. Okay, so I didn't know that this was possible. Like I said last time, I didn't get everything. But that's cool. So there are actually quite a few multiple ways you can go about this then. That's cool. I really like that.
Please open up. There's no need to be afraid. Just open the door.
You're gonna wear yourself out banging a door like that. Can't you see nobody there?
I'm looking for Vesna. I have to speak to her.
Am I stopping you? Nobody there. I'm sure she went to see the hubby at work. Go bother them in the clearing instead of pounding on an empty house door.
Thank you.
Right, so I think we gotta go with the coach then. Yep. Coach just use perception to tell me where I have to go.
Again.
This time, it's a matter of life and death.
How is your search going?
Almost finished. I know who's attracting the Bukavach.
Can you reveal that secret?
It's Vesna.
Do you still want to catch that Salutor?
Yes, absolutely.
Despite the risk?
I hope I can persuade you to come with me.
That's an enormous favor you're asking me. I hope you'll be able to return it.
I give my word.
Not much to think about here. If we can help Vesna, then get this nag quick to clearing like Mr. Shulsky asks. Vesna, child. We have to talk.
I'm not here to fight.
You shouldn't have threatened my wife.
I know what you did.
You don't know what you're saying.
On the contrary, she's the one who brought the Bukavach here. She killed Vasily. When the wise woman's spell didn't have an effect, you decided to finish him off yourself, didn't you? You're the one who killed your father.
And I'd do it again if I could. Get out of here!
Here you are, Bukavach. Vesna's flaw is mine, and you're mine.
Fighting Wild Salutors. To defeat a Wild Salutor, you must get rid of the shadow that protects him. Vanquishing the shadows will weaken him, but the weaker he is, the more fiercely he will fight back. The bar tells you when a Wild Salutor sends more enemies against you. And attack. It's not a slow attack. Bukavach has caused you to enter the suffering state. States can have a benign or potentially deadly effect. Read the description carefully and don't get caught off guard. complications rounds 2. Reduces restored health points by 40%. The effect stacks 2 times. Suffering. Receives 1 damage. At the end of every round, the effect stacks 4 times.
You lose. You're going crazy again, you blind fool.
A little faith, Thaumaturge. Focus on what's true. My voice is true. I am the truth, you see. Look.
Taming a Salutor. You defeat Bukavach, the Deed Dimension Salutor. But you cannot tame him on your own. Rasputin comes to your help. The untamed Salutor won't obey your orders, stops you from developing, and weakens your perception. Fortunately, Rasputin soothed his anger. You achieved the unachievable.
Unbelievable.
How do you feel? Are you all right?
Well, I don't think I'm hallucinating, but that means I'm currently facing a crowd of furious lumberjacks with axes, so I'd say I've been better.
What? What? I'm telling the truth. I do it again. None of you understand anything. It's because of this magician. It's his fault.
The magician didn't kill Vasily. He didn't bring the evil here. You're a witch! To the stake with her! To the stake!
And kill me too. I was there. I saw everything. Vasily, Bach. You're big men now. But when he was beating Vesna for years, no one lifted a finger. Bah! Now you're all so brave against her. Go home, pray better, and leave her alone.
Okay, so I think I'll end the episode here. We're basically finished with the prologue. Yeah. And with that, see you in the next one.